This video is supported by d5t5.com and it's all about your Volvo. Welcome back, and today I have an issue with the V50. Sudden loss of power, like someone cuts off the power and eventually the check engine light came on, and today I'm gonna show you the issue and how to diagnose. This is the mileage, and to diagnose you can get from d5t5.com the cable, and you can download for free the software, which is VDash, install it on your Windows computer, and you can diagnose for free your Volvo. Now the cable for diagnostics you can get from their website. This cable will be universal. You can use it with VIDA or VDash, and it's much more compact and quality product than the Chinese clone for dice. So get it, and I'm gonna show you today how it looks like and how I'm gonna be using it. So this is the diagnostic cable, Super J2534. It's faster, it's way more compact, and it's more reliable than the clone dice from elsewhere. So here's the check engine light is on. Sudden loss of power, and I think we need to find the issue. So let's connect the cable, let's run VDash, connect it to the car and pull the codes. All this you can do at home for free to diagnose and erase the codes with VDash. If you want to do more stuff, obviously you will need to pay, but it's worth it, believe me. You're gonna save a ton of money once you get all the necessary hardware. And it looks like here is our issue. Fuel pressure sensor signal too high. And looks like I also have a left front wheel sensor signal missing. Occasional ABS light comes on. So let's take a look. But before we continue, I will be attending the IPD annual garage sale this coming May 16th of 2026. If you wanna meet me in person, me and D5T5 will be there. So mark your calendars. Now, the location of the fuel pressure sensor is on the fuel rail right here, and looks like we'll need to take a few things apart to get to it, and it's already 20 years old, so time, as we can see, to replace it. Now, before we begin, we need to relieve the pressure, and on the P1 platform there is a shredder valve right there, which is missing on the P3 platform, because I've done the swap on my XC70. So you're gonna unscrew the cap, pretty much like a bicycle tire, and we'll use a rack to catch the escaping fuel. Now definitely do this job when the engine is cold and not very hot, because we are dealing here with fuel. So disclaimer here, just think what you're doing, be careful, maybe have a fire extinguisher on hand, and I actually do. So we're gonna relieve the pressure and reinstall the cap. We don't need this side anymore. Now, Torx 30, we'll need to unscrew a few screws for the cover. And now we're gonna remove the timing belt cover, just partially. And it's gonna be actually a good moment to check the condition. I know it was done, but we have this car already for almost 6 years. So let's take a look. Alright, so finally it's out, and you can see there are 2 catches on each end, so don't break it. And let's take a look at the timing belt, and what a surprise. Take a look at the condition. Definitely needs to be replaced, and I would say pretty much an urgent matter. So I need to get the timing belt kit and definitely replace this sooner than later. So that's gonna be a priority. And I actually called the dealer. They had some in stock, so I ordered also the ABS sensor wire, because I know that is the issue, the wire, because it was fixed by me before. And I decided to go with original just for peace of mind. I went by the engine VIN. It includes everything needed, and it's going to be quality part. The ABS sensor wiring was actually in stock. That's going to be a separate video. And this is the part number for the timing belt kit, and that will be a separate video also. But I decided, why not, let's take a look what's inside the box. And this is the tensioner and the belt itself, and then we're gonna have the idler pulley, and we're gonna take a closer look who is the manufacturer for Volvo, a sticker reminder. And you need to buy this bolt for the tensioner. It's an updated bolt, so get it too. And looks like the manufacturer is INA, and actually if you search these numbers you can find these parts separately for sale, made in Germany by INA, and you're probably gonna get it cheaper, but I got it. Same with the idler pulley, also INA. And again, if you search these numbers, you will actually find those separate. I know I repeated myself, but I didn't know. Made in Slovakia, made in Germany, and the belt itself is probably made by Continental. And where is it made? I'm not sure, but definitely a nice new rubber belt. So that's gonna be a priority. Once I do that job, I will post. I've never done a timing belt by myself, so it's gonna be a different task for me, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. Not rocket science. Let's continue with the repair. So the new pressure sensor I ordered from Amazon. It's a Bosch sensor. Do not overpay for Volvo Blue Box. You're gonna get the same sensor with an erased logo on it. Get this part number. This will fit the P1, P2 and the P3 models. And I'm recording this video 2 weeks after the repair. No issues. The car is fixed and confirmed. Good part. Let's remove carefully the connector without breaking the tab. And it's a super simple swap here, just a Torx 25, and it's gonna be out in no time. Torx 25. And be careful not to drop the screw, because it will get lost. So I'm super careful here to catch it. That's the screw. I'm gonna use just a regular dish soap to lubricate the O-ring. Do not use petroleum grease. I think the soap will work just fine, and it's not gonna hurt, and it will just dry away, and it will be a good seal. Let me know in the comments what would you use. It's whatever I had on hand I've used. Now be ready to catch some fuel, and actually there was very little, if at all. Let's compare the two sensors. Definitely a little bit different mounting ear on it, and 20 years old fuel pressure sensor gave me trouble. Should have replaced it before as preventive maintenance. Do the same. If you've never done it, just replace it for peace of mind, and you're good to go for another long time. Reinstall, just carefully align so the screw is gonna go into its position. And just tighten the screw snug. Do not over tighten. It's gonna be, there's aluminum threads in there. Doesn't need to go crazy. Reconnect the connector. And I'm gonna speed up here the video. It's a little bit finicky to realign the timing belt cover, but eventually it got seated. Don't forget the cover screws, and let's hear the engine run. Let's take the Volvo for a quick test drive to confirm. I did erase the codes. And just to confirm, the video is recorded a few weeks later. It's running awesome. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. Thank you.